Hi y'all! Thanks for clicking on this video. Hope you're having an amazing day. If you're a returning subscriber, I appreciate you so much. Those of you who have stuck with me and watched my videos have given me the courage to continue on. If you're new, welcome, welcome. This is a channel where you can learn about herbs and herbal healing, crystals, and even some magical items. I open a Wolfentime box. So we hope that you'll click that subscribe and the bell so that you'll get notified of all of our new videos. Today we're going to be working with calendula. And calendula is known as pot marigold. So I'm going to be using the information that's in this video or in this booklet to talk about the herb while we're making the project. Everything comes in the box that you need to make the project. That's why I love this box so much. It is $39.95 plus shipping, and all of the subscription details will be in the video description below. They were nice enough to give me a code. I do buy this box, but they gave me a code of Karma, which will be in the video description, where you can get 10% off on your purchase. So I hope that you'll purchase this box and make your items with me and comment down below how it went. All right, let's get right into it.
Know me. Take the time to dig deep underneath this red heat. We could really meet.
So the first thing for the project that we're going to make, and we're going to make Calendula Balm. So again, they've got really nice packaging and everything for your balm to go in. You know that I put tape over my label so that I can remake and reuse some of these items. The tins will usually, you can do 2 or 3 in there, and then they kind of start to get rusty, so you have to stop. So when you cut the tape around this, it doesn't cut quite as well, but as you're getting the balm out, I usually just use my fingers because I'm the only one using it. A clean finger, of course. So sometimes you can get the balm on the label and everything. So I just put tape on that to protect that. So we've got everything that we need. We are going to be doing an infusion, an oil infusion, before we make the ointment itself. And so you can make an infusion a number of ways. You can put the herb and the items into a bottle and put them in a warm, sunny place for this one. And if it's going to be in direct sunlight, you can put a bag over it. And most people will do that for about 4 to 6 weeks. A lot of people like to do it with the moon cycle. So they'll start it at a new moon and then finish it at a new moon. But there are faster ways that we can do it. One is using a double boiler like this. And you can make a double boiler by using a pan with the water in it, like I've got here. And if you have a glass bowl that will fit on the top. Now you don't want the bowl to touch the water in the bottom. You can also put them in a jar and put them in a crock pot for 1 to 5 hours on low, or you can use your Instapot and put water in that at 100 degrees for 1 to 5 hours as well. But we're going to use the traditional double boiler method here. So I'm going to just start this, and remember, you don't necessarily need the water to boil. You just want it to simmer because you don't want to run out of water on the bottom as well.
First, we're going to make our infusion by taking the pre-measured grapeseed oil and pouring it into our double boiler. I do save these bottles so that I can pre-use it because I can put more grapeseed oil in there to replicate this recipe if I want to. Then we're going to pour the calendula from the pre-measured jar that they have. And I absolutely love that they have these jars because they give you a bag with more calendula in it to refill that little bottle. And it has such a nice label on it that you're starting to build your apothecary with these bottles as you go. And then we're going to just turn on the heat here, let the bottom water simmer, and we're going to infuse this oil. You can see I'm going to fill up the jar again with the calendula. And you also see on the side there, the little black tub there, that has a soil puck, seeds, the container, the drip tray, and the plant little identifier, the little wooden plaque there, to be able to plant the seeds as well, which I think is an amazing part of this box. I am inserting a picture here of the calendula that I started growing this spring. I am going to take those out of that planter there towards the end of this summer and put them in a bigger pot so that they can thrive.
So now we just wait 1 to 5 hours. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the calendula while we wait for that to happen. So see y'all back in just a few.
Calendula officinalis, also known as pot marigold. It is native to the Mediterranean region of Europe, although it can now be found around the world. Calendula plants stand out with bright petals, usually yellow or orange, growing 1 to 2 feet tall. Its narrow petals are described as a sunray shape. In addition to being a culinary tool, calendula is best known for its medicinal uses. The flower is widely used as a medicinal plant whose antibacterial, antifungal, and anti-inflammatory properties make it a strong ingredient for healing. In addition to using whole petals, calendula flowers can be ground into a powder or made into oils, creams, and ointments. The FDA has approved calendula for use as a spice and as an ingredient in cosmetics, soaps, and shampoos, body creams, and wound treatment, both internally and topically. Calendula officinalis just may be one of our favorite annual flowers to grow in the garden, and it was not a difficult choice picking it as our featured herb for our first box. It is gorgeous, easy to grow, and has a long blooming season, and is super easy to save seeds from. Its versatility has earned a place in any medicinal garden.
Welcome back, welcome back. So our calendula has been simmering here now for 4 hours. Remember it said 1 to 5 hours, and I chose 4 hours, and there's still enough water in the bottom. You do want to keep watching it to make sure you don't run out of water. And they've got this bag here for you that you can pour it into and then strain it out that way. But I thought today I would try a little bit different method. Let's see if I can get to where you can see here. I'm going to use a bowl with a big funnel. I've got a set of smaller funnels coming with a strainer tray with them, so I'm excited to use that. But today I'm going to use this just to kind of hold this in place. I'm putting a little sieve here on top, and then I'm going to put the cheesecloth on top of that to kind of strain out the herbs. I don't mind if I get a few little herbs in there, and so I will strain it out afterwards. But if you want a really nice clear ointment and don't want any herbs at all to get down in there, then you could use more of a cheesecloth or double this over a few times to make sure nothing gets through. But I'm not as worried if something gets through. So let's go ahead and strain this oil. And you do want to get all the flowers in there. Maybe it's too small of a little strainer for the flowers, so I'll just kind of tuck them in there because you do want to squeeze out all the oil that's in here. especially the last little drops are the most powerful drops because they have it all in there. All the goodness. So now I'm just going to take this. I'm going to go ahead and be tricky and get my 4 corners so I don't lose a lot of the herbs out of the side. Cut it just a little bit smaller than what I wanted, but be careful with this one side. There we go. See, now we can squeeze out the very last little drop. See how much of that comes out. Oh, nice. Calendula is so good. Every last little drop we can get. Okay. Rub it in my hands. So good. I don't waste any of it. I was going to wash it off, and then I realized that's good medicine. Okay. Now we're going to check and make sure we have enough water. I'm going to add just a little bit. So checking my water, I'm going to add just a little bit more with a little bit that's boiled off. I just had that on the stove simmering, so it's the right temperature that I needed for this. Now, because there is a little bit of stuff in there, you might want to wipe that out. And just wipe out any of the little pieces that were left so that it's not put down in your salves. If you can leave any of the oil that's in there, that oil is still good. Okay, so we got that nice and clean with none of the herbs left stuck in there. This is still perfect temperature. So we're going to pour back in our oil. And get all that good oil from the bottom. So we're going to get our tin all ready. And then I just grabbed an extra bottle. A lot of times there's extra ointment. So I'm just going to put any extra into this bottle here. And pull beeswax bar in half.
Now, optionally, you can put 10 drops of lavender oil in. It says to add it right to the mix, but I like putting my oil in the tins so that the oil doesn't get heated up. Sometimes heating it up can actually dissipate some of the essential oils. So I'm putting 10 drops directly into my containers, and when I pour the wax into it, it will integrate into the salve perfectly.
Now in this booklet, besides our Calendula Balm that we're going to be making, they also have recipe for calendula tea. And it says calendula teas offer a ridiculous number of health benefits for overall health. Research shows that calendula tea offers powerful antioxidants, anti-inflammatory effects, and is full of carotenoids and flavonoids, which are known to help lower your risk of cancers and other diseases. A review of 84 studies on calendula tea found an impressive array of benefits when used as a sore throat rinse, antiseptic mouthwash to treat blisters and gum tissues, acne face wash to prevent breakouts, healing spray for diaper rashes and skin irritations. Drinking can help treat urinary tract infections, hair treatment for itchy scalp, reduce fever by reducing sweating, and soak feet in calendula tea to treat fungal conditions. So lots of other uses there. Of course, they've been used in culinary uses. The petals can be used cooked or raw in the kitchen to make your dishes beautiful. You can garnish with calendula and herbal broth. You can create an amazing medicinal broth by combining calendula with beef bones and shiitake mushrooms. That sounds good. This herbal broth is an amazing immune tonic, helping to keep colds and flu at bay. Pet care. Calendula tea, salves, and balms can be used on non-pregnant pets to treat flea bites, scratches, scrapes, or itchy skin that gets raw. And sunburn care. Calendula's healing and skin regeneration properties pairs great with the burn relief of aloe vera and honey for an extremely effective burn cream. So we could make a cream with it to do that as well. So what we're doing here is we're just waiting for the beeswax to completely dissolve. Once it's dissolved, then we're all done. So making your own ointments is so easy. And I have found that almost any ointment I grab for seems to help what I need. Of course, you can look at the herb and try and pair it with whatever you're having a problem with. But, you know, like arnica, if I was bruising or had a rash or something like that, might be the first one I go to. But calendula is a great one for those types of skin issues as well. That's one thing I found with my ointments that I make with lots of different herbs, is that they all work so well, and I couldn't figure out, I'm like, well, the one herb's supposed to do better for this or better for that. So why is it that they work on everything just the same? And then I realized that the recipes that I had put together were well balanced. They had antibacterial, antifungal, antimicrobial, and so they're such well-rounded ointments that they pretty much work on anything, which is really nice because you don't want to have to carry around 10 ointments with you. So we've now got this all melted. We're ready to turn off the stove and pour it into our bottle. Let me see if I can move this over. Here we go. That oil just completely dissolves into the ointment, and there we go. And then I'm going to put the rest of this. There's always extra. I did just buy some smaller jars, but it's super nice. You can see that you pretty much made 2 here. Let's see if I can get all this goodness out of here. I like using a spatula because you'll see how much more comes out. Look at all of that. Don't want to waste any. There we go. So now what we would do is wait for these to cool, and then we can put the lids on, and they are ready to go. I hope you enjoyed this video and learning a little about a calendula with me. Hopefully you'll want to join the channel, subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you like herbs, crystals, and learning about the magic of the universe, remember to come back often to the channel where you can say, "Karma's my friend." Bye, y'all.